The simulator genre on Roblox is kinda dead right now. Every simulator either isn't seeing the same numbers it used to, or it stopped updating altogether. In today's video, I'll be playing some of these dead simulators and investigating into what made them die. The first simulator that we are going to be investigating is Bubble Gum Simulator Infinity. Now, I'm sure most of you probably remember this game because it came out like earlier this year, so it is fairly recent. But the reason that I'm calling it a dead simulator is if we look at this graph here, we can see that right when it came out in like May of this year, it literally took off. It had 300,000 players within like 2 weeks of being released. And it was the most popular simulator on Roblox for like a span of like a month. But after that month, around like June, we can see this big drop right here that took away about 130,000 players. And the reason for that drop is because Roblox did a massive bot ban wave that day. And people had been speculating for a long time that most of the players of this game, like many other games at the time, were mainly just bots farming pets to sell on the black market. And it got to around like 90,000, so it didn't fall off that bad. But Roblox did another bot ban wave like 2 weeks later, and that made the player base drop all the way from 106,000 to about 25,000. And it really has gone nowhere but down since. Currently, there's about like 10 to 15,000 people playing. It is actually still updating, so it's not like completely dead, but we are going to hop into it to see if we think it really was just bots that got banned, or if the game is just bad and that caused people to leave. So the Halloween event is out right now, so that should be pretty fun. There have been a lot of updates since I last played this game. I think I last played this game like update 5, I'm pretty sure. So it's been a while. So I grinded this game when it came out for like a couple weeks, but then I just stopped playing it altogether. So if we look around here, the map has a whole bunch of spooky decorations, so that is pretty fun. Halloween event is accessible to all players also, so that's good. And it looks like there are just candy corns scattered around the map that you go collect. Oh wow, this world is more expansive than I thought. So there are a whole bunch of houses over here that you can trick or treat, and those basically give you like a set amount of candy each time you knock on them. And you can do it like every couple seconds actually. That's actually pretty nice. Okay, and if we go over here, we can see, oh, there's another egg. There's a Jester egg that costs Robux, obviously. But there's also a Halloween shop. Okay, so this is where you spend the majority of your candy. You can get a voodoo plushie for 5 billion candy. You can get a secret elixir, an infinity elixir, some Halloween spinny wheel tickets, and Halloween elixirs. And here is the Halloween spinny wheel ticket. So we currently have 3 tickets. Looks like you have a chance to get candy, Halloween elixirs, Halloween elixir 4s, and secret elixirs. So really not that much. So we can spin it once. We got ourselves a Halloween elixirs. That's pretty cool. Spin it again. We got some 750 candy corn, 1,500 candy corn, and another Halloween elixir. So pretty good. Looking back at the main game, if we go ahead and look at the map here, we can see that they basically haven't added any new islands. They've only added one new island, so it's basically like the exact same main world that was there when I stopped playing this game. So really not too much new content. It says World 3 is coming soon. Is it already out? Then it says World 4 is coming soon. So I'm not sure. Maybe they've got to like update UI or something. But yeah, I'm not really gonna play these games for too long because I have a lot to get to. But yeah, this game, you know, just from me playing it, it seems pretty fun. If I wanted to get into it again, I definitely probably could. But yeah, it just looks like a bunch of the player base was bots, and the hype of this game from real players really didn't last that long. So yeah, on to the next game. The next dead simulator on our list is Pets Go. So if you don't remember Pets Go, basically it was a spin-off of the Pet Simulator series that they made because at the time RNG games were really taking off on Roblox. So big games decided to make one of their own. And initially it did pretty freaking well. It peaked pretty early on at 270,000 players, which is like really good. And like it was averaging between 75 and 150,000 players for a while. And part of the big reason for that is because they're doing weekly updates, and because the game was actually pretty fun. It was more interactive than other RNG games. It was less AFK. But then the updates definitely started going downhill around February of this year. And then around like May, they just stopped updating altogether because it wasn't making enough money, presumably. They haven't updated since, and right now it's averaging about like 800 to 1,500 players, which is not good at all. Yeah, so the main premise of this game when it first came out was you just roll and you get a pet, and that pet gives you coins, and you roll more pets to get more coins, basically like every other RNG game out there. But with more updates, the game became a lot more complicated. Initially, it was very interesting. They added fishing, they added mining, they added thieving, which were like little things that you could do AFK that helped you get more pets and better pets and more money. But yeah, and this game also did tons of holiday events too, which are pretty fun. But around like after like Valentine's Day, this game really started going down. I think the big reason for that was just RNG games in general were getting less popular. Like, it's going to be pretty hard to keep a game averaging 100,000 players forever, especially if there's a specific category of game that game falls under, and that category of games isn't doing hot as a whole. So I think that's part of the big reason they abandoned this game. But yeah, early on in its release days, this game was actually pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. Like, as they added more updates, it just got more complicated and more AFK, and there wasn't anything to do. Really, the only thing to do now is like just collect pets and buy pets from the trading plaza. Let's go take a visit to the trading plaza now and see how dead it is. Okay, so not as dead as I expected, but as you can see, there's definitely not a lot of people here. But I'm gonna be honest, guys, when I was like in this game, just before I was filming this to see like what sort of stuff I was gonna talk about, this was the trading plaza that I went into. So I think there's only really one thing that you could get from that, is there's only one trading plaza. Like, this is the only trading server, most likely. Alright, so let's go into the trading terminal now to find that out. Yeah, unable to locate item. If you go to like basically any Titanic, you're gonna find that unable to locate, because like everyone that plays this game has like moved on. Okay, so I'm selling that one. Okay, let's go to the huge pets. There's probably a lot of people selling those. Nope, no one's selling that one. Okay, someone is selling that one. No one's selling that one. No one's selling that one. No one's selling that one. Look, 14,000 of this pet exists too, and no one is selling it. It's because no one's online. So yeah, this game is a dying game. I do not think that even if they want to start updating it, there's no way they're going to get it back to the numbers that it used to have. I just think it fell off because of the combination of lack of effort on the devs' part to make good updates, combined with the fact that the RNG genre was just slowly decreasing in interest on Roblox. Alright, on to the next game, which is Arm Wrestle Simulator. Now, I'm not sure if you guys still remember this game, but basically, if you guys remember that period of like summer 2023, I know it was like 2 years ago, but if you remember, that was kind of like the stretch after Pet Sim X stopped updating and before Pet Sim 99 got announced. So like there's just tons of players on Roblox that just like didn't know what to play because Pet Sim X wasn't updating and we didn't know what was going on with Pet Sim 99 yet. So that's where a lot of the players went. They went to this game. As you can see, during the summer of 2023, this game like took off. It had like 50,000 to 100,000 players every single day. But after Pet Sim 99 got announced, which I think was like right here, this game really started dying. It really honestly started dying like January of 2024, like over a year ago. And it's been pretty consistent, but like it's really fallen off. Like here was averaging like 10 to 15,000 players. Now it's averaging like 1 to 3,000 players, which is not good. But let's see what's really killed off this game, because I remember I made a couple videos on this game myself, and it was pretty pay to win. I remember it being very pay to win. So let's hop into it. Let's see if it just was meant to serve as that bridge type of game between Pet Sim X and Pet Sim 99. Big Games did not make this game, by the way. This game is not made by Big Games. Okay, so this is basically how I remember it. There is a Halloween event, so it is still updating, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, so there's a whole lot of stuff. We have the season, we have daily rewards, we have trading, we have my profile. On my profile where only it says I played for a minute, but I played for a lot more than this. So you can see my best pets is like the Halloween pets from like 2 years ago. I think it was from 2 years ago. Yeah, we can check out our pets. We got a whole bunch of Halloween pets from like a couple years ago. That's when I basically stopped playing this game because it was getting too pay to win and because Pet Sim 99 got announced. So yeah, as you can see, they basically just copied Pet Sim on everything. Like they have their own Forever Pack. They have a limited time pet that just costs Robux. They have 2 exclusive eggs that only cost 10 Robux for 3 eggs. Wait, that's actually not bad. They have a starter pack. They have a bunch of other passes. I only own the VIP pass. I don't think I own anything else. Yeah, the VIP pass is like the only thing I bought in this game. But yeah, as you can see, it is ton of pay to win. They even have a membership. They have a membership where you can get a pet, 15 of these tokens, and 2 times strength. So yeah, this game is very pay to win. But is there teleport? I don't think there's a teleport anymore. Oh, it's because I rebirthed, I'm pretty sure. How many rebirths do I have, actually? Oh, there we go. I have 4.5 trillion strength, so we can just go ahead and fight the champion real quick. And we don't need any hand strength, we can just go straight to the next thing, the space gem. I wonder how many new worlds they've added, because we can just go through them all. I think the last world I remember there being is like the alien planet world, I'm pretty sure. Now here is the beach world. This is the world where I spent the most of my time trying to get, to the nuclear bunker. Okay, we're gonna need some more strength for this Kraken boss. How many? QA. Okay, I do not remember it being this hard. Okay, I remember me getting to like the nuclear bunker, and that's where like I stopped playing. But I'm not sure what to do. Oh, is it because I have no pets out? It's probably because I have no pets out. No, I'm still not getting that much strength per click. Okay, I think I remember like getting the most of your strength was from this like barbells. Yeah, that's where most of this came from. Oh yeah, so now we're having enough to defeat the Kraken. Yeah, here we go, nice. And now we can advance to the nuclear bunker where I've stopped playing. This was like the last video I made, but I remember I got to the next world just on my own. And to get to that one, we have to defeat the Mutant King, where we need 194 QA. So let's go and equip the barbells here. And there we go. Now we should be able to fight him. Nice. And now we can escape the bunker and on to the next world. I remember what world we're gonna like have like sort of a hiccup at. So yeah, this is the last world I got to before I stopped playing this game altogether. So we can go and equip the barbell here. That is invisible apparently. And as you can see, how much does it? It takes 1.2 QI. So this is actually gonna kind of take a while. Okay, so we're at 4.3 QI strength. So we can go ahead and fight the mammoth. And now we can advance on to whatever this world is. The Void World, alright. So, I don't think we're going to be able to get through this world that easily, I don't think. Because we have to defeat this Udzao boss. And we need 1.5 sextillion strength to defeat. Yeah, as you can see, we are not getting that much strength too quickly. We're only getting about like 0.1 QI per tap. And we need 1.5 sextillion to defeat this boss. So I think this is as far as we go. Yeah, I can already tell we're not going to get past this world. So there's a Halloween event, so we can go check that out. Okay, so we're back in the school, and now we can explore this Halloween event here. Okay, so here's the spooky neighborhood, and this actually looks a lot different from the Halloween events I remember it having. So at least they're having original content, at least. I think I remember like during the summer of 2023, there was like tons of games like this. So like there was boxing simulator, there was like other stuff besides arm wrestling simulator, all with this concept. Like you beat bosses, you got trophies, you advance through worlds. And I think that concept just sort of like fell off. Like people didn't want to play it anymore. And with Pet Sim 99 coming out as well, that made this game fall off a lot greater. Another factor I think contributed to this game dying is the sheer amount of pay to win it has. Like, come on, this is even more than Pet Sim 99, and it takes a lot to have more than Pet Sim 99. I think a lot of this costs more too. I think they just decreased the price because like the game died and they just want to make more money. I remember purchasing Like, I remember this costing like 500 Robux back in the day, back when I was playing. So yeah, it was definitely very pay to win. No, but this is no knock to developers. You're just updating a game that the concept just died. And there's no money for this concept anymore. But I bet they already made their money, so they're just updating it for the sake of updating it and keeping it fresh. So props to them. On to the next game. Alright, so the next game, probably not many of you remember. It's called Pet Catchers. And it has 40 people playing. Definitely the most dead simulator that we have covered. Now, this is also made by Rumble Studios, the very people that made Bubblegum Simulator Infinity. This game came out before Bubblegum Simulator Infinity and actually has 65 million visits. If you look at the graph here, it came out around March of 2024, over a year ago now. I didn't realize it's been that long. And it immediately took off. I mean, not really, but it got like 33,000 players consistently. But this game had a very short life. You see, it died out basically within 2 months of its release. And the main part of that is because the developers just like discontinued the game. Like, they didn't want to update it anymore. It was getting a decent amount of players when it was updating, and YouTubers were making videos on it, which drove more traffic to it. But for some reason, the devs just canceled it. I think they canceled it right out in like June. It had like one more spike, and it just continued to die from there. So yeah, this game will probably be very buggy since they probably haven't updated it in a while, I would think. Alright, so here we go. I am in a full server, and I actually have played this game a little bit. As you can see, the UI is basically identical to Bubblegum Simulator Infinity. I actually think the reason they like discontinued this game is to start working on that game, or to like put all of their efforts into that game. So if they discontinued the game to do that, then it's pretty justifiable, because Bubblegum Simulator Infinity is loads more successful than this game ever was. But yeah, basically the premise of this game is across the world there are Halloween event? Wait, is this game still updating? Or did they just like never remove this update? Wait, hold on. Is this game still updating? No event pass right now. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so yeah, basically the premise of this game is there are open worlds with pets on the ground, and you use little cubes here to catch the pets. And each pet is rarer to catch, so the cube doesn't catch it as much, if you get what I mean. But yeah, when you catch it, the pet is yours, and I'm honestly not really sure what they do. You can open our inventory here. Oh, and it looks like they give plus damage. Not really sure what that does, but they mainly give coins multipliers. And then you use those coins to buy upgrades, which I've already bought all these upgrades here. Actually, let's see how far I've gotten. I don't remember how far I've gotten. Okay, this is as far as I got. So in this one, there are killer slimes, which your pets actually do defeat. So that's where the damage part comes into effect. And the slimes actually try and come to attack you, which is not ideal. But when you defeat the slimes, they do give you coins. Come on, pets. Come on, defeat it. Come on, come on, come on. And there we go. We just got 3,000 coins. And there's a boss fight here, which you can actually kill the king slime. So let's start it with these pets. I don't actually know if we can defeat this. It only has 150 health, so it shouldn't be that hard. Is there like a timer, maybe? Oh wait, never mind. It has 6,000 health. But, oh wait, shoot. Sends out a shockwave. There we go. Oh shoot, we didn't dodge that time. Okay, there we dodged that time. Oh shoot, what's it doing? What's it doing? Okay, it can't be that hard to defeat, to be honest. You just have to be good at obbies, which I'm not really good at obbies, but that's okay. Come on, I only have like room for like to take one more hit probably. And yep, okay, I can't take any more hits now. Come on, pets, hurry up. Come on, hurry up. Come on, only 80 health left, 30 health left. Nice. Nice, we did it. So it's dead now. And we leveled up and got some stuff. Yeah, that was pretty fun. I'm not really sure the extent of like how many areas they added or stuff like that. But yeah, I just think the main reason that they discontinued this game is to focus on Bubblegum Simulator Infinity, which like I totally agree with and totally understand. So no disrespect to the developers for discontinuing this game. Alright, let's move on to the final game. And the final game of the video is, of course, Pet Simulator 99. Now, this is a very peculiar game because I don't know if it's dead yet. I mean, looking at the graph, it's safe to say that it fell off, but this graph doesn't really show everything. If we look at the hourly graph, we can see that when it updated, it got over like 100,000 players. I mean, if we look at the 10-minute graph, it got well over 100,000 players at one point. It had 107,000. And if you look over here, it's consistently been like 30 to 50,000 players. But we don't know if they're going to continue to update or if the Halloween event was the last one. Hopefully they continue to update because this game is basically my entire channel. But let's go hop in and explore some stuff. Now, they stopped updating the game basically because it was losing the money. I know that that's hard to believe when this is the exclusive shop. But yeah, they discontinued the game. Big Games essentially disbanded, it seems like, because the game wasn't making them enough money, because not enough players were playing it on updates, and the updates weren't that good, I'm gonna be honest. Like, the updates stopped being good after Christmas of last year. Like, the updates stopped being good. There's a couple good updates sprinkled in there, but most of them were pretty bad. I think the only good one of this entire year was the tower defense update, if I'm being honest. This update too. This update was pretty fun. One of the main reasons that this update brought so many of the players back is because they followed in Grow Garden and Seal Brainot's footsteps and did admin abuse. And admin abuse was very fun. It showed no bias toward pay-to-win players aside from giving all of the MVP subscription ones a free huge. But there is no pay-to-win in the entire admin abuse event. Like, everyone got a shot at the huges, Titanics, and Gargantuans, which is a step in the right direction, if I'm being honest, if they're going to keep updating this game, which I hope they do, honestly, because, like, they could really revive this game like they did with Pet Simulator X. As I'm sure we can all remember, when Pet Sim X first came out, it was breaking Roblox records. But then they just stopped updating it for like 4 straight months, and then they updated it once, and that got them a lot of players, and then they didn't update it again for another 4 months, and then they finally announced that they were doing weekly updates again, and went on like a 1-year run until they finally announced Pet Sim 99. Yeah, they claim it's the algorithm not promoting the game. I beg to disagree. I think it's just the pay to win has gotten to an obscene level. Pair that with the not so good updates, and you've got yourself a dying player base. And again, the daily graph for Pet Sim X doesn't do it justice, because I remember on like most of these weekly updates, it would go above 1 million players and just break Roblox. So this daily graph isn't really doing it justice. If they continue updating this game with like actual updates that relate to the game, I should have added that most of the updates didn't relate to the core concept of the game at all, which was breaking breakables and hatching eggs. Most of the updates didn't deal with that at all. So if they actually make good updates that relate to that subject, then hopefully the player base will return, because I still think this is a very good game. But yeah, guys, is the simulator genre dying on Roblox? Well, I'm going to let you guys answer that down in the comment section below. My personal thoughts is that most games on Roblox are simulators. Grow Garden is a simulator. Steel Brainrot, not quite a simulator, but it's definitely got some simulator aspects. So yeah, guys, that just goes to show that simulators are not dead. It's just the ones that have made choices that influenced their own downfall. So if you guys enjoy, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Hopefully, Pet Sim 99 comes back with more updates, and I'll see you guys next time.